So after Southern Province and the whole Catholic situation there and a little bit of reggae, but I gotta say that my Uncle Sam, while I was in the ghetto in Lusaka, he would always come and take me for walks or go to the bars, the different bars, and come to the bars, and there was reggae music playing there, you understand? But I mean, music was music, you know. Anyway, then we left there and we went to Kenya. And I remember two things about going from, two things about going to Kenya from Zambia in 1978, 79 really. The first one was I used to hate the whole school Catholic God thing, because whatever you're doing, it's like, oh, God is watching you, and whatever mistake your sister will say, God has written you down in his book of sins, and there was always this thing of always being watched by this guy, and you wanted to do stuff, and this guy was just like always over your head somewhere. So my first feeling when they said we're going to Kenya was like, yeah, we're going to a place where God does not exist. And then Alice says, no, but God is everywhere. And then I was sad. That was one thing. The other thing about Kenya was my mother was happy. She says, yeah, we're going to Kenya. And she says that in Kenya there is everything. There's no shortage of anything. So you have to understand that our government in Zambia, our president was our country was in the frontline states, and the frontline states were the ones who recognized that they were in the front line of racist apartheid South Africa and racist Southern Rhodesia and Mozambique and Angola. So it was a front line of war for liberation. That was one thing about our country. And as such, our president was one who said that solidarity with the people of South Africa, and a lot of effort. There was a distraction from the developing of Zambia because a lot of the effort was put towards the liberation of South Africa and of Southern Rhodesia. And Mozambique, that was also our neighbor. So we were always prone to attack from Ian Smith on the one hand, and before 1975 from the Mozambicans and from the Namibians. That went on until a long time within Namibia. It was up until Ziggy Marley was there singing People Get Freedom in Namibia. So Namibia was always a source of a problem, but also Angola, you see. Angola until 1975, I believe. So we did grow up in being conscious of war. We did grow up with curfews. We did grow up with blackouts. In nighttime in Lusaka would play, but after 6 o'clock was a curfew and we were not allowed to have any lights on. So you had to, if you're going to have candles on, you'd have to have, on the windows you put blankets and everything, and you'd be quiet because we're afraid of raids. There was always the fear that Ian Smith would bomb us, but the one side of it was the fear of being bombed, and the other side of it was the bravado and that you felt because of the music. There was definitely a song by Paul Ngozi at that time, and he would be like, he had this song says, Tiene tiamike masoja atu, tididindin. Tiene tiamike masoja atu, tididin. Simiti tini warepera kuroa Muzambia, which is let us praise our soldiers, let us praise our soldiers. Smith has failed to enter Zambia, So, and then the guitar, ding 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 ding. So we live next to a bar, and Africa is different from Europe. So we live next to a bar, a grocery, and the speakers will be loud, playing till late night. No, not during this time, in the daytime, but after. After the curfew days, it will go on until 4 o'clock in the morning, and you just have to sleep through that. But in those days, of course, it had to stop. When the curfew was on. But in the daytime, they'd play this music, and everybody would be dancing, drinking mosi, and dancing, about our brave soldiers. And then at night, we'd all be kind of like under the beds, thinking that Smith might bomb us. So that was, and then you also you had the music of Dorothy Masuka. That was huge. How did I go? I want to a Zimbabwe, I do believe it. I don't even know what I'm saying, but that's what I heard as a kid. I want to a Zimbabwe, I do believe it. I want to a Zimbabwe, I do believe it. It had to do with the Zimbabwean people. All I knew was that I could understand this part was that, that they're fighting Chaya Bazooka.